Hello, hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Good evening. How are you doing? So today, can I get some cheers for him? We have us here. Come on, TwitchCon Saturday. Welcome in. So, make sure it's up here. It is indeed. Welcome to Plants vs. Zombies Replanted, from lawn to legend, and how Plants vs. Zombies bloomed again. Quick little intro, everybody. So, Plants vs. Zombies has been a part of gaming culture for now over 15 years. Today, we're talking with the team behind Plants vs. Zombies Replanted, a project all about going back to the roots and reconnecting with the community. So first, quick introduction. I'm Data Dave, a Twitch ambassador, Twitch partner, and voice actor on the platform. And with me, I'll let the panelists introduce themselves, but we have all three of you, so feel free, you have the floor.
All right. I'll go first. My name is Jake Neri. Appreciate Data Dave, everybody. Thank you very much for showing up and being here with us. I function as the EP on this title. Super excited to be here to talk to you folks about it today.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt Townsend. I'm the brand director for PVZ. Super looking forward to this talk and excited to see all you here.
And I'm modulating how far away I'm supposed to be from the microphone. My name is Nick Reinhardt, and I am the studio GM for PopCap. It's great to be here, and thank you as well, Dave, for hosting us.
Glad to have you. So my first question, why bring back Plants vs. Zombies now? Who wants to take it first?
Joke's on Jake.
Boy, well, there's a lot of reasons, I think, and we can probably talk about a lot of them. But I think one of the things was, for years now, we've been hearing from our fans that they really wanted this game, modernized for new consoles, for a new generation. So I think for us, it's really about, that's where it kind of started, right? I think Matt talked about this project, I don't know, 3 years ago, we talked about how are we going to get this thing going. And I think it was really about players and player demand. But I think there's a lot of reasons why now. I mean, yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, so I think, for me, when I think about, why now, it's been around for 15 years. This is a great franchise, and we've seen it kind of come across multiple different platforms and engage in a lot of audiences. And now at 15 years, we're kind of seeing this generational thing where we get to introduce a whole new generation of people to PVZ, and we get to experience with them the same way that we did 15 years ago. And I think that's a great time for us to kind of relaunch and start at that beginning with Replanted.
Yeah, I'll say I have small children, and I think one of the things that's really exciting about engaging with PVZ with them, and so like we play it on our iPads, and we play it in a couple different spaces, but they get super excited, and I think what they also want to be able to do is play it on the Switch and play it on some modern devices as well. And so I think it's a way for me to be able to engage them in the devices and the spaces that they want to be playing on, and a way for me also to kind of like see it in a new light as well. And so I think it's a way, yeah, for us to bring it back to these audiences, to new audiences, but also for us to to rediscover the magic of something we loved before.
I think one other thing, we were talking about this a little while ago, that we really like the game. Like PVZ is super cool. It's super fun. It's timeless. It's a game that deserves to be, I guess, preserved or brought forward to new consoles. So I think there's a lot there for why. But yeah.
Speaking of that, looking at the original game compared to now, what does bring back our roots mean to the studio?
Well, do you want to talk about it from the studio perspective?
Yeah, from the studio perspective, I mean, going back to our roots, it's an interesting question because this is in many ways not necessarily the beginning of PopCap. Like technically, there's other little things, not little, but other things that happen. But I think it's in many ways when people think about PopCap, it is emblematic of PopCap, right? Like it's the thing that people think about. And so for us, we're also not just thinking about PVZ and PVZ1, we're thinking about the future of the brand and the franchise as well. And so for us, this is a way for, like I just was talking about, reintroducing the franchise to new audiences, but it's a way for us also to re-anchor and re-talk about, hey, it's still here, and we're also thinking about a lot of other PVZ stuff. And we're here to talk about Replanted, and I'm not going to talk about the other plans that we have going on with the franchise right now, but this is a way for us to say, we're still here. We're reintroducing it to everybody. We're saying let's imagine that this is the start of something new again, and keep on the lookout. There's more coming, more here. And so like this is the first page and what we think is what it means for us. So yes, we've gone back to our roots. PVZ1, it's back, it's here. Be on the lookout for more things coming.
Yeah, and like when we're really talking about that back to the roots from the brand level, this is a great time for us to go back and remember those original moments, you know, those laughters that we got for the first time we beat the game, what that feels like, that original soundtrack, and really ground ourselves in what made us so strong to begin with and kind of started the cultural phenomenon that was PVZ. And we really wanted to start there as we kind of think about how we replant it and we kind of grow it for the next generation.
Sounds good. Well, first, let's take a quick, closer look at Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. We got a video.
Ooh, video.
Love it indeed. So I'll throw you all the next question on this. What can fans expect to see that's familiar from the game now that we're looking at it?
Sure. Well, we'll talk about what's familiar. So, you know, the game is filled with iconic plants, iconic characters, incredible gameplay, super fun gameplay. And all of that is there, right? So we worked really, really hard to make sure that like the nugget, the magic of what is PVZ was preserved and brought forward, so that when people would play it, and I think Nick says this a lot, it feels like the game that as you remember it. And so I think if you are a fan of PVZ, I think you're going to find like a lot of joy inside of it. It's a game that we see a lot of people play over and over and over again. It kind of falls like we talk about it as kind of like a comfort game. It's one of those games you might have played once, you might have played it twice, you might have beat it a bunch of times, but every time you play it, it feels familiar and fun. And I think that absolutely delivers in this product, and I think we're excited about that for folks. Do you guys agree?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you still defend the lawn. Newsflash. There's still the mini games. Newsflash. I would say that it still has all the delight and the charm that Jake has mentioned as well. I think one of the things that we really admire and we continue to admire about PVZ as a brand, but also like from the PVZ1 experience, that I think is what makes it so enduring sort of over time, especially since like 16 years on, we're still talking about this game, is the absurdity of it in so many ways. That like it is a game that was like, why plants, why zombies? Check yes. And we will continue to come back and we will continue to play it again and again and again. And so that's not a dig at serious games or at hard games or at Souls games or anything, but I think especially in a climate where like there are a lot of tough things going on in the world, like I think we all need a little bit more absurdity and brevity and lightness. And I think that we look at this and we say like, yeah, it's not just bringing the mechanics and the things that you know and remember, but it is, as Jake said, like it's that familiarity, it's that home cooked meal. It's like going back home in a lot of ways. And so I think that that's what people also get here too.
That's great. So now, what would be new? What's fresh in the new game?
Lots of new stuff. I mean, first things first, it's the visuals are fully updated for modern consoles and PCs, so it looks spectacular. And we put a lot of energy and a lot of effort into making sure that we captured the spirit of the really iconic PVZ art style, but make it look great and fit for widescreen TVs and look spectacular. And we have the good fortune of playing it on all the different platforms at work, and I can tell you that it looks cool on all of them. So I think visually right away people are going to be
I can like attest to this. I have watched Jake sit in front of these giant TVs like this.
I do it just like that.
It's just like, my God, poured into my brain.
I love it. I'm negotiating for a new TV at home too. I went to Costco the other day and I walked in and they had the 100-inch TV right there, and I was like, honey,
that one.
PVZ would look awesome.
PVZ
on that.
TV.
Like, let's get that. So I don't think I'll win that negotiation, but I do think it does look really good, and so we're excited about that. So right away, visuals, spectacular. We've got a couple of new modes in there. We can talk in depth about the new modes, but we've got a new mode called Cloudy Day mode, which is super fun. A really challenging mode called Rest in Peace mode that I think players that really want to get into a very hardcore game experience are going to enjoy. And then, lots of quality of life stuff is in there, ways to speed up the game, and there's just been a lot of love and care on making it, really, really fantastic for the new sort of consoles. But also, do you guys want to talk about the multiplayer stuff? Because I know.
Well, I was going to say my favorite thing is beat you in co-op on the big TV.
Yeah, that's true.
That
is
fun.
true.
My favorite thing. I'll just unbutter your plants every time, and we'll get through zombies right away.
This is true.
Yeah, co-op's where I have my fun. I get to go back and kind of play that experience with my friends in a new way and kind of, school them repeatedly through many levels of fun enjoyment for me and not so much for them. But I think it's a great time, and, someday you'll beat me, Jake.
It's true. It's true. One day.
Well, there was actually, we were doing some interviews at PAX, and there was this really funny moment where these two guys, and they were younger, and like I say that like I'm an old man at this point, but like they were, I would say like late teens, early 20s, but they took the co-op mode as like, no, I'm gonna dig up your plants and ruin your day. And it was like one of the funniest things. And we sat and watched them, and at the end they were both like, bro, that was a great game. And we were like, I think you won PvZ co-op in like the weirdest way possible. And so like that was also like, but I think like there's an important point here to say, because like we pay attention to our community, we see it. Like, to be clear, co-op and PvP have existed previously. However, we have not sort of consolidated them into like a single remaster version of it before. That said, what is showing up on the screen right now, Cloudy Day mode and this like sort of modified Adventure Plus mode, this Rest in Peace mode, those are new modes, and those have a lot of like interesting strategic value in like an interesting way. And I think, another thing that like I think we also sort of think about is, what does it mean to introduce difficulty in a game like this? Like, we're talking about kids, we're talking about a game that we admire and that we love from the past. We're also not trying to make a game that's like, bash your face hard. So like, there's also like a balance here as we think about what does it mean to invite a new audience? What does it mean to have like that home cooked meal again as well? So like, there is a lot of tension in the development of this game, but I think that we all feel pretty comfortable that we've like arrived at a pretty good point, and like how we balance all of these different modes and this collection of different features all together as well. I don't know, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think one of the things that I like about Cloudy Day mode the best is it allows me to challenge my experience and kind of put a limiter on it and force me to play in a new way that I didn't play before. Whereas for me, PvZ on the lawn is such a blank slate. I can play however I want to play, and I kind of push myself to play in all kinds of fun ways. I like to play only colors, so I'll only play green or I'll only play brown, and that's always kind of a fun way for me to get through the game. But Cloudy Day mode then takes that and kind of puts additional rules on it and kind of takes away my control and gives it to Dave, and I think that adds a whole new layer to my gameplay that I can enjoy as a coming back player.
Well, Cloudy Day also has, I think, the most charming moment in the game, and that's one thing that we talk a lot about with PvZ. It's just so charming. But when the clouds come in, the sunflowers fall asleep, and they start to snore, and we really got to give a shout out to our art team to put that together, because it just delivers. It makes you laugh every time, and I think that is one thing I think that I really have loved about this experience of making this game or bringing this to life, is that it's just filled with so many fun, joyous moments. It's very silly. I play a lot. These guys got me, actually, on the phone call that we had with you, we talked about this game called Sworn. And I started playing that. And that game is hard. I love it. It's great. But I never smile because I'm like, I want to win. PvZ is like, oh man, this is so silly and it's so fun, and I think that's really endearing. And so Cloudy Day mode, when you get that moment, I think you'll really like it. You can also see Rest in Peace mode there. There's some really great visuals on that, and we've been working on that mode a lot. So again, the development of this game is ongoing, right? So like we're getting ready to launch. I don't know, did we mention we come out next week,
October 23rd.
At 9 a.m.
Yeah, that we did it.
Feel free to pre-order. It's live now. But the team has been hard at work on trying to make Rest in Peace mode as cool and challenging as it is, or as it can be, because we have been letting players get their hands on it, and as they play, maybe this could be tougher, this could be better. So we're working a lot on making sure Rest in Peace mode really delivers. But it looks cool, right? I mean, you can see those visuals there. I think it's really neat. So, yeah.
Definitely so. Speaking of development, though, what are some challenges that you all may have faced in really rebuilding such a classic?
Well, I mean, there's challenges on all different levels. I think one of them is just the technical challenge, right? The game was made, 15 some odd years ago, or, and so like there's just challenges you're going to face when you're trying to figure out how to make this happen. There's also the idea of, how do we deliver on this incredible visual style? Like, what is that? And how do we make sure that, we're doing that justice? And then I think, and actually I'll let Matt talk a little bit about it because he's been involved longer, but there's a lot of expectations. So one of the challenges is delivering on the expectation that players have.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a cultural phenomenon. Millions upon millions of people have seen PvZ. It's all over the place, and we know that it holds a really important part in a lot of people's hearts. And so when we go back and we kind of looking at, hey, how do we bring this forward 15 years and keep that classic experience? Those are all the things that we've got to pay attention to, right? Like, what are the plants? What are the zombies? How do they move? How do they act? What does it sound like? These are all things that are in people's brains from 15 years ago. And we as a group kind of often talk about, like, how do we capture that same feeling, but 15 years later when everything else has changed, and really getting back to those moments of fun and enjoyment. And so for us, that was a big challenge, and it's something we'll always work on, right? Is to do the best by our fans and continue to work and capture that true original experience.
Yeah, I mean, I think also, like, I mean, there's also just, like, even the, like, really sort of, like, existential and philosophical challenge of, like, should we have made bigger changes? Like, or should we have changed things more dramatically? Should we have adopted a different art style? Should we have expanded the game in a dramatic fashion? And I think that that's even beyond like technical challenges like, hey, like these animation frames, like we need more of them because like processors are faster.
Flash doesn't work anymore.
Like Flash doesn't work. And so like there was a host of technical, but also like I think deeply philosophical challenges too that are like, what does it mean to do that? And I mean, and again, like there is a very core audience of PvZ fans that I think like in all fandoms, we seek to make sure that they are satisfied. But then I think there's also this like much, at the risk of like almost sounding like hand-wavy about it, of like PvZ enjoyers, like sort of like a broader like of people that had that experience, but again, have it sort of almost at like a memory level to like come back to it. And so like, what does it mean to honor that? Is honoring it all they expect, or are they looking for something new? And is this the right thing to deliver that? And so like, these are all questions that we grapple with quite a bit, especially as we think about, again, what is the future of the franchise and the brand? Like what other sort of experiences are we trying to bring? And so, I mean, I don't think that these are unique to us. I think all game makers struggle with these challenges, but I think with a brand as storied with PvZ, I think we're very aware of what our commitment is to try to handle it with care. And so I'm just trying more than anything else to reveal like we think a lot about these things, and hopefully we thought about it correctly is more than anything else.
Well, we also had lots of wild ideas too.
There were a lot of wild
So I guess that's
ideas,
one of
yeah.
the things that I think you're hinting at was like at some point the North Star was let's try to be as true to the OG product and make sure that we do that justice. And we've got time to innovate and do other things in other places, I'm sure. But you know that became a way of like decision making. Should we do this? I don't know. Maybe that's stretching too far. Let's stay true to this and really deliver on that. So yeah. Good challenges to have, though, that's for sure, right? And so what a good fortune to try to be figuring out how to bring this forth.
Well, sounds good. Now, you mentioned the community a little bit earlier. So how has the community influenced Plants vs. Zombies Replanted?
I mean, wow, so many ways. You know, the community for PvZ is super active, right? We see merchandise everywhere. We see fan mods. We see people building the original experience. We see people streaming it time and time again and trying to play it in new ways and challenge themselves. You know, the fans inspire us in so many ways. They're the reason that this franchise still exists, that it's still alive, right? And so, like, that's where we start. That's the thing that starts all of this. Why would we make this? It's because so many people love it, because it's so close to so many people's kind of hearts and how they feel about this game. And so, when we talk about how community inspired us, this is built on that idea, right? Community is the reason that we're here today, and the job is just always to do right by that and continue to kind of move it forward. And we've seen a lot of fun ways and interaction points with the community as we've built this product. You know, for them, they've been asking for it for a long time, and we're happy to give it to them and start, you know, with them.
It's the reason you have a chomper on your head, right?
Hey,
now.
man, I like my chompers. It's styling. You know?
The community.
My real hair went long ago, so I'll take this.
Well, I think one very practical way that the community has helped us is we just talked about it. It's like play testing, right? Like getting feedback, hearing things could be, you know, this or you know, we had early in development we had some plants show up that, you know, looked particularly odd, and we had that feedback, and it really helped us, you know, sort of get through. So I think we're always kind of listening and learning, and they are fantastic. Have you ever seen the Plants vs. Zombies crochet vendors? I mean, I bet you right around here, if you go downtown, you'll see them. So people love the IP, and they're out there, you know, showing us that all the time. So yeah, it's
I
cool.
mean, they constantly show me new ways to play. If I ever get bored of
yeah, that's
PvZ,
true.
I got to spend 10 minutes, on YouTube or Twitch or wherever I'm at, and bam, they'll show me a whole new way to play and a whole new style, and it's great. It just keeps me coming back.
I mean, I don't have much more to add to that other than, I mean, like, I think it is, fundamentally, it is that, again, like, it's been going on for 16 years, and yet there is still, it's not modding that people are still beating up the same one again and again. Like, there is a very active modding community. There is a very active, like, I love going on to our Reddit and seeing the drawings, like the number of drawings that people make on a regular basis. That's like, here is my fan-inspired piece about, sunflower or something, and it's really so okay. That inspires us sort of emotionally. Like, okay, like, let's keep making a game here, people. But I would also say that we also went through and we do like a formal survey where we reached out to everybody. It was like, do you want this feature, yes or no? But we also have been going through and looking through and combing through Reddit and Discord and other places and like hearing what people are talking about when they think about definitive features and mini games and things they would hope to see. Now, of course, we have to balance that again with like actual development challenges and things. So, for instance, I think that there are a lot of super cool like DS mini games there. Styluses don't exist like they once did. So like we're not going to put a bunch of stylus games in there. And so like there are also some very practical like decisions we had to make there. But the community was also like a pretty significant source for us, also saying like, what do we think people are actually looking for? What are like the highest heat things that would be good for people to want to play? Because again, we're also really trying to connect this back to saying like, what do people want to play? Because again, like our co-op is couch co-op. Like, we're imagining people sitting down and playing with their friends, or playing with their children, or playing with their spouses, or their partners, or whatever that looks like. How are people going to share magic with one another? That's the thing that we're really trying to, like, get here, because again, it's a delightful absurdity. How do we get to share all that with each other? And so that's what we were looking for. That was another, like, pretty important source of the community for us. Did we get everybody's wish list? Like, no. Like, no way. But like, did we try? Yes. Like,
Well, sounds good. We also got a quick video. Is it going to play?
do we clap?
Do we clap? Does it work?
Does it work if we clap?
Double check again.
Go video,
Go video, go.
Well, I think
There we go. Thank you so much.
Sunflower. One, two, three. There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. We don't want zombies on our lawn. I know your type, tall, dark, and dead. You wanna bite all the petals off of my head, and then eat the brains of the one who planted me here. I'm just a sunflower, but see me power an entire infantry. You like the taste of brains, we don't like zombies.
I used to play football.
Football,
Protons protect my head.
on his head,
I have a screen door
your shield.
We are the undead.
There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. There's a zombie on your lawn. We don't want zombies on our lawn.
They dance way better than me. I love
Classic
it.
footage, yeah. That looks like me every morning when I wake up, too.
that's a great tip, by the way. Just put pieces of paper under your shoes. It's cover twice the distance.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, it's great.
We're
I
gonna
do it all the time just to get around the house.
Does anybody have paper for Matt?
Yeah. I'm gonna slide right out of here afterwards.
I feel like we just found our Olympic entrance here.
It would be great. Bring back Zombie Temp.
I was going to say, I know that there is the musical that exists in Southeast Asia, but how that has not been turned into a musical, I'm not sure.
PVZ?
Yeah.
Yet.
There's one of those?
Yeah, in Southeast Asia.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good time.
That's cool.
It's interesting.
And it centers around Penny, the RV.
Yeah, it does. It's great.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So I got a quick question. Are there any back to roots details that you all put in the game that we could look forward to seeing?
I think it's about, again, we're trying to go back to the original, so it's about keeping those really secret points that are there for the kind of diehard fans in there. I think, I've talked about this before, but one of my favorites is kind of, oh boy, uh-oh.
Hello.
Well, this used to be one of my favorite times. This is a new kind of time.
And just like a zombie, they're delayed. They could have danced.
Yeah. Well, the best thing about zombies is they shamble, so I have plenty of time to be, Oh, never mind. Their turn. What do you want to say?
Watch your step, zombies.
Ah! That accurate? Okay, good. Yeah, like it. All right.
Jake, they're going to eat your brains.
Mine is the
See, you should have had a
unprotected one.
plan. You thought we were all being silly, but you're the only one that doesn't know.
Yeah.
This is good. Yeah.
Well,
So
welcome, zombies. It's nice to have you here.
This is what work looks like.
This is most days.
Hey.
Oh.
All right.
Hi.
Okay. I eat things.
No.
We actually
You got to respect the hat.
we go everywhere with zombies.
We do. They just follow us around slowly. Ooh,
Actually,
look at
this
that.
year, I've spent probably the better part of 2 weeks with zombies. So,
Look at that. Look, they're here for you.
well,
You got the brains. Right? They got the mind. No.
we know that's not true.
Well, you do have the cone, so you're slightly protected. There you go. That's amazing. Yeah.
This might be the plot to an early 90s movie.
It could be, yeah. See, if they had put paper under their shoes, they would have got here.
They would have gotten here
Yeah,
faster.
See, that's the thing about zombies. It's slow to learn, but they get there. I love it. Well, so you guys want to sit down on the couch?
Yeah, well, we jam. I feel like we need a backwards chair.
Okay, there you go. Nice.
There we go.
Here we go. Okay, this
Come
is
on
life.
down. Come on down.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right. Wow.
Glad to have you all. I
You
love
know-
this.
Well, welcome. Okay.
Yeah, this is kind of what my nightmares feel like, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, this
So
is the
Easter
final
eggs.
state.
Yeah, let's
Easter
do it.
eggs.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Easter eggs. What are some Easter eggs that we can find in the game?
Matt,
well,
you were you go.
Yeah, so I think my Easter egg is, the second time I played through the game. This is comfy. You guys smell decrepit. I like to get to the Yeti zombie, right? So that's my second playthrough through, and I'm really looking for that snowy guy anytime I can find him. Usually with a lot of these in my way. This is really surreal, guys. I feel like I am the game. What do
You are the Yeti.
are you politely sharing with zombies?
Yeah, I'll share with the zombie.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's-
Jake, what are some modern Easter eggs we got?
Modern Easter eggs. Well, I feel like because one of my marketing guys is looking at me, I have to say this: if you pre-order,
you get a
you will
zombie.
You'll get the red.
You can take one of these home.
A brand new car.
Now you get the retro pea shooter, which is really cool. Very, very cool character. I think if there's a screen behind you can see. But what we got to do with this game? We got to work with Valve, which is super cool, right? Everybody really, loves their stuff, right? And so we got to put a head crab zombie in the game. With their full support, and so we're really excited. So that's a really cool kind of new Easter egg that only exists in this version of the game across all the platforms. So I don't know, I'm really excited about that because that deal is just it's a big deal to be able to do that, right? To be able to just see and actually kind of have when we talk to them about being on their platform and them saying like, hey, can we do something cool together? And we're like, can we use this head crab? And they were like, yeah. We're like, sweet.
Yay, head crab.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then everybody that buys the game will also, or everybody who has the game, and I think, actually, did everybody get a copy of the game when they came in here today? Everybody should have. If you did not, then there's a problem, and talk to the GM over there, because he'll get
Just
you
talk
a
to the
copy.
zombies.
Yeah,
But everybody will get the
a
retro
copy of the
zombie.
game, and we can make sure that if you haven't gotten hooked up with it, we can make sure that you get hooked up with it. So, yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep.
So looking forward and moving ahead, how do you see Plants vs. Zombies in the future of the franchise?
Ooh, So here's the thing. We can't. We're here to talk about Replanted. Oh well.
This is exactly
Yeah,
like my
that, like
nightmares.
that. Good zombie.
Yeah.
The future of the franchise, we've got a lot of things cooking, but we can really only talk about Replanted today because mostly these things are, as with all things in game development, a negotiation and something that we're working on moving forward. But we're really looking forward to the things that we're going to be able to bring over the next few years. And so what I would say, though, is that I think we're really looking forward to bringing Replanted to folks, seeing what they do with it and how excited they get. And I think that if you're aware of other things that are going on inside of PopCap, I'm excited to hear what folks think about that as well. But overall, I think that we've got an exciting slate, and I think Replanted is the beginning of a really awesome future that we have of bringing PvZ back to new audiences and people being able to share those experiences with the people that they love. Jake?
No, I was just going to say that, the next week and a half is really about getting this out the door, Replanted, right? And then, we'll pay attention to things that are out there, and we'll do some early tweaks to the game if necessary. And then really to Nick's point, just really settling in and hopefully taking a break. Do we get a vacation?
No, there's no vacations.
Dang it. One thing.
Darn.
Only brains.
I tried to ask on stage here because I figured that would give me leverage, but no, look, he's boss.
I think it's just this is a good point for us to get back to the lawn, with all our friends that we played PvZ with a long time ago and really start from here and grow out into kind of great new places for us and our franchise. And what an exciting place to start.
And we'll come up with lots of cool plant puns too. These two over here always.
Leave it alone, Jake.
This is not the time for that.
Yeah.
It's constant.
Stay rooted.
Yeah. We're going back to our roots, folks.
I love
You know where that came from? You know how many times we've said that too over the last couple of months?
Well, I love it. Well, it's everyone's first TwitchCon by chance?
Yes.
Yeah, this is my first.
Great. Hope it's a great experience. But what makes TwitchCon the perfect place to share the story?
I actually want to be the first one to take this and say that, we talked about it, but again, PvZ is a global community. And we've talked a lot about it in terms of Reddit and Discord, but I would say, we have a very vibrant Chinese player base that I've been learning and working with a lot over the past year as well. There is a very excited and engaged India population as well that's really excited about it. It is a global community. It is a group of people that again, just there is something primordial about PvZ in a lot of ways, and it touches people very close to their heart, and it is enduring in a lot of ways. And so TwitchCon is a place that is about people building communities and about how they reach out and interact with those communities. And so this is a way for us to do the same thing. And while it maybe is not the exact same sort of high octane, Twitch streaming sort of experience, I would say that it is very much, it's a community game as well. And so I think Twitch is a really great place for us to be here, and we're really glad to have been invited and to be able to showcase here and be a part of this with everyone. So thank you so much for having us in that way.
That's all right. Well, the next question would be, what do you want fans to take away from this panel?
Brains.
Really excitement, right? PvZ has been around for a long time, and the community has asked for more PvZ for a really long time, and we're here to say, heard. We're bringing it back, and we're starting with the original, and we're really excited to be out here with Replanted, and this is a great place to do it and a great community to start it with, and we couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, totally. And to just kind of tag on to Nick's point about the global community, it really is fascinating to see how many people love this game or brand around the world. It really is truly like a global phenomenon. And we've had the really good fortune of talking about this game with people. Yesterday, we talked to a gentleman in Brazil, and he was so excited about it, and talking about how it, there's birthday parties, and there's, it's all kinds of stuff. So it's it's just really neat. And I think we feel really fortunate to be able to try to do something for those folks and to do something, that is so appealing. I've been fortunate to work in games for a long time, and this is one of the easiest games to talk to people about because everybody loves it. You're just saying hey man, we're working on a new PvZ. Oh, can't wait. That's awesome. It's delightful. So, and that is, I think makes us, gives us a good time as well. So we appreciate that.
I'm still trying to get out to those theme parks in China. It'd be a good time.
Well, speaking of, didn't you all just recently release a video? We have it for you all now.
Oh,
Look at
yeah,
this.
this is super cool. We love these.
So.
Adding on in closing, before we go out to Q&A, Plants vs. Zombies Replanted isn't just a game. It's a love letter to the community that kept this franchise thriving. So everyone here, thank you for being a part of this journey. And can we get a round of applause for our panelists, please?
And for the zombies. Come on
Yeah,
now.
the zombies.
Woo! Zombies.
All right, for those that are interested, we are actually moving on to Q&A. There are 2 microphones that should be on. If you have a question, just line up. I'll call you on the side. You can ask questions to them. Anybody bold enough? All right, come on down.
Yeah.
Yes, glad to have you. What's your name? Where are you from? Where are you visiting from? And what's your question?
Wait, what was the third one?
What's your name? What's your question at the last one? Name, where are you visiting from? And what's your question?
Yeah, hi. Hi, I'm Jacob, or Hilligix on Twitch, and I'm from here, San Diego, so. It sounds like you guys are doing a lot to listen to the community and be in touch with them. So as a streamer who streamed this game, like, if there's an issue we see in the game or if there's a bug, like, what's the best way to reach out to the devs? Like, Twitter, Discord, like, where do you want us to chat with you?
That's a great question. So what I'll do is, this is going to seem like I'm redirecting. I promise I'm not. So here's what's going on. So part of what we've been doing over the past 6 or 7 months is we've actually been in the process of overhauling our community and our social team. Because we have actually lost our ability, I think, to like kind of track this in like a coherent and compelling way. So the short answer is that I think that we have Answers HQ still through the EA sites, right? So that would be the way to do it. But what I would say is we are starting to have a better way to do listening. Have we started to work on this yet?
We have, yes.
Okay, so riddle me this, Beth.
Yeah, okay. So it was redirected to me. That was the trick.
I was talking out of my butt.
Yeah, so short answer, right? So like we are rebuilding our social and our community streams. I think you'll see a lot more coming into our social channels. We're also paying a lot more attention and listening to all those channels in addition to Reddit and Discord. We're there. You might not know that we're there, but we're seeing it. We're collecting it. We're doing that. We're also building more official channels to kind of give back feedback, right? We've mentioned Answers HQ, but we really hope to get to the point where we can kind of engage on a social platform level and on a community level where we can kind of garner that feedback pretty continuously.
So the short answer is, I think, flag them in places like that you would normally for the moment. But my hope is that sometime very soon we're going to be able to say like, yo, like this is a place that we are actually like more officially receiving this sort of feedback. But it's because we're in the process of rebuilding that. We've actually brought on a number of great folks very recently to start doing that work. But again, like we're mid rebuilding that pipeline. So I'm sorry I don't have a better answer for you, but it is something that we are actively working on.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. It's a great question.
We give you his phone number too if you want.
Yeah, yeah, and I'll give you Jake's social security number and his
here we
credit
go.
card.
All
And
right.
his home address.
I'm on Team Zombie now.
Thank you so much. All right, name, where are you visiting from, and what's your question?
Hi, I'm Serena. I go by Rena Bina Bean on Twitch. I'm from Los Angeles.
Welcome.
And thank you. And I'm really, really looking forward to streaming this game, but I was hoping you guys could describe the Rest in Peace mode a little bit more, because the art is beautiful, but I'm just wondering how it's different from our general adventure.
Okay.
Well, it's going to be a lot harder, I can tell you that much. So, like, without giving away, because I think we want you to experience it for yourself, but I can tell you that you're going to be limited in your lawnmowers that you have, and you're not going to know where they're placed. And this has been a recent adjustment, and we have been working on this quite a bit. So actually, in an earlier video that went out, we did talk about the fact that Dave was going to choose your seed packs for you as a way to alter difficulty. We actually took that out. So we're gonna have to go out and make that. You're breaking a story here for us.
Breaking news.
And then just in general, the zombies are just a lot more. They're just a lot tougher, and they take a lot more damage, and they move at a lot quicker than you would anticipate, based on the fact that you've got no true backup. And so you can continue to go 1 through 50 as long as you don't fail. As soon as you fail one time, you go back to the beginning. And so I think that I know, because we actually watched the Street Fighter tournament down there, and you start to realize there are people that are really good at video games. So you are probably going to be better at Rest in Peace mode than I would be, but I think you're going to find a lot of challenge in it. It is really cool. And the team, like I said, has been working at this quite a bit, because we really want to try to get it right for folks.
Spoiler, she's better at it than you are, Jake.
I'd like to believe that, but who knows? Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, thank you. Welcome in. Name, where are you from, and what is your question?
Hey, my name's Diana. I'm from San Jose. My question is, I wonder
go.
if there is any part of the game that is your baby, like either something that you worked on or that you care about or that you're invested in.
My baby? No, I don't think so. I feel like, and I mean this in the best way. Like, I feel super proud to be a part of a community of developers that have worked on this game through the years. Like, this game came out in, what did you say, 2015 years ago? Can't do the math.
2015 years.
There must be hundreds of us that have had a chance. There must be hundreds of us, thousands of us that have had a chance to work on this through the years. And I think, I feel really fortunate to be a part of that. So I feel like I'm part of a community of having a baby. I don't know if that's the way, but I guess if I had to point out one thing though, maybe cloudy day mode would maybe be the one thing that
I would think cloudy day mode is absolutely like part of is your.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to be humble, Nick.
Oh, well, okay.
But yeah, you're right. Cloudy day
now we're
mode.
through
It's
that.
awesome, and it's all my idea. It's my baby, and I love it.
That didn't take much.
So there you go. Thank you. And you said San Jose?
Yeah.
California? Yep. I was born in San Jose. Let's go.
So not only he made San Jose.
I did.
Yeah, it's right there.
You gave birth to San Jose.
He's
Yes.
It was
Yes.
there.
Did you see that?
2015 years ago.
It was a little while ago. It was a long time
while
ago,
ago.
actually.
Thank you so much. Anyone else want to ask a question? All right, I can throw one to you.
Let's
Do you
hear it.
have any favorite moments throughout the development process? Any stories, funny moments, like anything you enjoy?
Okay, I have one in that. So Jake and I and Matt, and then Fabian was there as well, and Fabian is our marketing director on this as well. And so we were at PAX and we were doing demos. And anybody here that has worked in gaming or done any sort of like demoing work, like it's a gauntlet in a good way, but I mean like it's a gauntlet. You sit down and then like you're like 30 minutes, I'm gonna show you a game, and then you turn around and you go, okay, I'm gonna show it again to you. And so like now with some games that's really hard to do because like it's either like really technical or something else. But for us, like we just got to play PvZ and giggle. And so like and for us, once you play PvZ, the same like sort of routine of PvZ levels, the same amount, you then just start going like, well, screw it, we're gonna go off script. We're just gonna see like how much harder we can make it for ourselves. And so we're sitting there and it's late, like this is like the 10th for the day or something. And we've added accessibility into the game where you can put the speed up to 2.5x. And Jake and I are playing Walnut Bowling at 2.5x at the first time we've ever played it that way. And it is, I mean, it is, and at some point we're like, oh yeah, we're doing like an interview.
Yeah, we're supposed to be demoing professionally.
And we're supposed to be impressing somebody. And so, and that was one of my favorite moments because, and to be fair, that was really just like kicked it off because then there was a whole other day of it, of us then just like being like, I don't know, like, can we beat this without pea shooters? And then we'd be like, I don't know, let's see. And then so there was just a lot of challenging, and that's been one of my favorite parts of the project so far.
I think for me, my favorite part was the first time I played a build where I actually saw it all kind of like come together. And I had this like moment where I was like, whoa, like I've played this before, but this is new. It feels better. Like it's kind of like, oh, I'm wearing glasses now. I can see so much better. It's so much clearer. And that moment for me was like, oh man, I'm right back to where I was the first time I played this game, but it's so much cleaner and so much nicer and so much brought up to like the mobile stand. Like when I play old games, you get this kind of like, like I remember what it looked like, but it doesn't feel like that anymore. And there was this moment with this game where I played it and I was like, not only does it feel like that, but it looks the way I remember it, you know, if that makes sense. And that was probably my favorite memory on this project.
Yeah, I was just thinking mostly about all the folks that have worked on this game with us, and I think, you know, games are a lot about people, and so we just have a lot of really great people contributing to this, so super enjoyed all those moments. But I definitely think, you know, being able to see, like Nick talks about PAX a lot, and we were able to show people the game, but and like, you know, people that know PvZ, they see it and they go, oh, that's really cool. But there were a lot of little folks in that group, you know, kids, I don't know, 9, 10, 11, that would come through and they were so stoked. And then the light bulb went on in my head, like, wow, this is a really cool thing that appeals to so many different folks, whether they're, you know, I don't know, in their 30s and in their teens, and whether they're 10 years old. And so to be able to imagine that this new generation of folks is going to play this, that was really cool. And I remember that light bulb went on for me, and I was like, oh, I think we're onto something here. This is really cool. Like, people are going to love this. If they haven't seen it before, they're gonna love what we all love about it, which is this really cool, you know, unique and very silly universe.
It was like sitting there with those two brothers. It was a 5-year-old brother and a 7-year-old brother, and they were playing couch co-op together, and it was just, and the dad who had played it, like, he was a little choked up, and it was just like, it was like a really cool moment to like him be there and be like, I remember playing like this game, and then the two brothers and the little brother's like, get out of the way, and the other one's like, no, I'm helping you, and it was just a really magical moment.
Yeah, there was another kid that came in. I guess we can talk about these folks all day, but he had played PvZ. He loved it. He pre-ordered. He was super excited, and he really wanted to see Cloudy Day mode, and he couldn't beat the level. And he stood up and looked at his dad, and he was like, you know, Dad, on the 23rd of October, shameless plug again for our game launch.
Shameless plug.
I know exactly what I'm going to do different. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, this is really neat. So, yeah, it's exciting stuff.
Well, speaking of the 23rd of October, you all it is available now for pre-order, so be sure to go ahead and check it out, everybody. But with that said, can we get a round of applause again for our panelists?
Yeah, thank you, folks.
Thank you all so much for sharing your stories, thoughts, and the passion for your love for the game. Really, really shows. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for being with us.
Thank you all for coming.
Appreciate you, Dave.
Thank you.
Thanks, zombies.
Yeah, with the zombies, too. Can we get a round of applause for the zombies as well?
Zombies!
Thank you all very, very much.